Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of the Ball Boys podcast. And as always, I'm joined here by one of my co-hosts, Naeem. Naeem, how you feeling, man? It's a fine Saturday afternoon, bro. Weather
That's
pretty
I
good.
mean, yeah, I mean, sadly, recording this episode a little late, but it'll be all good, man. Landmark episode 20, so
Oh, is it?
it's a
Oh, yeah, it is.
big episode, man.
I ain't keeping track no more, right? And episode 28, man. The Ball Boys. I'm the same age as the Ball Boys podcast now, bro. That's crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
And then what's
It
going
passed
on
me a
going
couple
from there?
episodes ago.
He said what?
I said the it passed me a couple episodes ago.
Hey, bro. You shouldn't keep trying to cling on to your youth like that, bro. Sometimes we just gotta let it slip. We getting older, man. It's all right, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But yeah, we got four Premier League games that we wanted to talk about today, some of which affected the league title in a major way, man. And I had high
yep.
expectations for some of these matches, bro. I mean, well, some of them were good, but the main one that I'm referring to is Manchester City against Arsenal in a title showdown. Manchester City destroyed Arsenal 4-1,
Mm-hmm.
with great displays all over the pitch for Manchester City and not so great performances all over the pitch by Arsenal. So, man, let's get straight into this one, man, because it's a lot to break down with this
It
game,
is.
from beginning to end. So to start off, man, the first 10 minutes, bro, I could just tell from, from how Arsenal were panicking, bro. I could tell that the way City were pressing these guys, man, the way they had Arsenal's just like scrambling all over the pitch, guys getting closed down. They had the ball for 5 seconds, getting closed down, pressed immediately,
Mm-hmm.
bro. It was just way too much for Arsenal's inexperienced and, well, and in general, youthful squad to handle, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Like, I think KDB scored in the first couple minutes as well. I think the very first major, well, I guess major thing was that Partey penalty shout. It should have been a penalty. KDB, KDB definitely got fouled.
Yeah.
It should have been a penalty, but they didn't give it. And then KDB comes back. Dude, great. Like, this was a number 9 masterclass from Erling Haaland, bro. Like, everyone
No
said
cap.
Haaland, bro, like he can't play with his back to the goal. He can't hold up play, bro. He did everything in this game. He even scored at the end. We'll get to that later. But dude, the way he was holding a ball, looking in play, breaking the lines, bro, it was a full masterclass. And then obviously for that goal, he held up the ball, passed to KDB. Gabriel, absolute poor defending right there. He got shook, and then like a lethal shot from KDB, a signature shot from him, and honestly, Ramsdale could have done a little bit better because it was his near post. He could have done a
The
little bit
way the
better
way he
because
placed it, man, it was
yeah, but
just.
like the thing with me is like it was harder for him to go across his body because that's where the
Mhm.
defenders were. So like and plus he was going towards the near post, so I think he should have done a little bit better. But again, that was just a brilliant shot. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
bro, like
Ramsey. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just about to say, like you said, bro, they were rattled after that, bro. They couldn't come back
Right.
from that.
I think just talk about that De Bruyne goal a little bit. I think Ramsey, like you said, probably would have expected it to go across his body. Because like who actually would think to go near post in a situation like that? Like typically you don't see that, but Kevin De Bruyne just
Hmm.
has it in his locker, man. And that finish just, like you said, trademark Kevin De Bruyne special. But like as much as we can say Ramsdale should have done a better job with
Hmm.
that shot, bro. If it wasn't for him, the Arsenal would have held
Yeah,
a good 4 or 5 goals in that first half, and then maybe a good 7 goals total in this game, bro. Because City were just peppering these guys. Like it was crazy to watch these guys collapse in real time. Literally just not know what to do. Shook, like you said, scrambling back. And this game really just showed me that the golf, like we can talk, like I think I mentioned it maybe an episode or 2 episodes ago. We can talk about how great football Arsenal can play. They're capable of playing it, and
hmm,
they've got an amazing squad and everything like that. But at the end of the day, bro, the gulf in class between these two teams is just it's resounding. It's
truly.
comprehensive. It's absolute. It's complete. It's all of that, bro,
Yeah, I
from
mean,
top to bottom, man.
like you said, top to bottom. I was about to say, like, let's step aside from the players, let's just talk about managers, bro. Because
Yeah,
Pep
okay.
Guardiola was 2 steps ahead of
Right.
Mikel Arteta, bro. Every strategy, every tactic that Mikel Arteta had, Pep Guardiola had an answer for it and some, bro. Like the way that he dominated him was it was it was unbelievable, bro. And obviously, we know Pep is one of the greats, man. But
That's just what happens when
dude,
the teacher goes against the student, bro. It's very rare it ends well for
definitely,
the student, bro. The teacher taught him everything he knows, man. Come on now.
yeah, man. I mean, like you said, also like Arsenal, like we said, we're looking lost out there, and dude, they couldn't keep possession. Their star
Right.
players, the lights were too bright for them. That back line, bro, Saliba was being missed. Like I remember, the first, if you remember the first City Arsenal game, the 4-1. Also, the first half, it was pretty even. I don't know if somebody scored or not, but that first half, Erling Haaland didn't do too much, and I heard, I heard from somewhere that apparently Erling Haaland's dad was watching when he was watching the game, and at that point Saliba was guarding, almost man marking Erling Haaland, and he was saying
Mhm.
that Saliba guy, he's good because Saliba was doing an amazing job on Haaland during that match. So
You
for
talking about the
him to
match at
be
the
gone,
Emirates?
yeah,
That game ended 4-1. What?
yeah, they both ended 4-1.
Oh my god! I thought that game ended like 3-1. Damn.
No, it was also 4-1. I'm pretty sure at least,
Wow.
but yeah, man, like it was just pure brilliance, outclassed. Thomas Partey, bum. I'm sorry, I can't, dude. I
No,
can't
he's been
believe I
no.
was.
He's actually
I
been
can't.
garbage, bro.
I can't believe I was putting. There was actually conversations earlier in the year who was like Casemiro, Rodri, or Partey, bro. I can't believe that was actually a conversation, bro. Like that's crazy. Like
Hey,
if you look back,
y'all put him into our combined jump over Bruno Guimaraes, bro. I'll never let you live that down. I'll never let you do it.
no,
Never.
at the time it was warranted. At the time, come on, bro, he deserved it at the
By the way,
time.
it was 3-1 at the Emirates. It was 3-1.
It was 3-1. Okay, well,
Yeah, De Bruyne, Grealish, and
well,
Haaland. Then Saka
shit.
come
Well, it could have been 4-1. It could have been 4-1, but at this point, man, like Thomas Partey, terrible, bro. Couldn't keep possession. Honestly, I think Jorginho would have been a good fit in that team because he could have kept possession, slowed the game down because they were getting killed in transition, bro. The way they were pressing and like you said, bro, and winning the ball back and just they just had more energy and they it just looked like another game for them. Honestly, like they've been there, done that, and the lights were just this game was just another game for them. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, man. The golfing class was just too apparent, man. And but I mean, at the end of the day, though, Arsenal can still say even with this loss, right?
Hmm.
Arsenal can't say that this loss like dictated like what like the course of the league because they hoed themselves, bro. Like the
Oh
lead
yeah.
was comfortable. It was it
Hmm.
was a nice cushion that they had in the weeks going
Yeah.
into leading into the last few matches. And for them to collapse the way that they have is just it's just so sad, man. And I mean, we can obviously blame it on injuries and things like that, but like even in this match, bro, first of all, they were lucky not to have like several yellow cards. First of all, Rob Holding didn't get sent off this game, bro. Did you see the type of tackles that he was
Yeah.
back to
Nah,
back? Some of them were
he was
literally within like minute spans with each other, and he didn't even. I don't think he got a yellow this match, or he might have gone one like somewhere, but he didn't. The fact
yeah.
that it took him that many tackles and he didn't get sent off or anything like that is just crazy to me. And also, well, I mean, for the Manchester City side, Ruben Diaz also got a yellow for a tackle that I thought he could have got a red for, but
Hmm.
he ended up staying on. So I guess you could say it goes either way. But yeah, after I mean, we already summarized how Arsenal looked. Well, it was dismay, bro. Like they were looking at each other, confused, and that's just like a bad look when you're in games like this that are literally like title showdowns where you don't want to be on the pitch looking lost, bro, because that's just a sign that you're not ready. And I don't think this Arsenal side was ready, I guess, but which is really unfortunate, you know.
Yeah, I mean, also if you break down City's side, bro, like we obviously know Pep for the tiki taka, the small dudes, the dribbling, the elegance of play. But if you look at this team, bro, this is grown men, man. You look at that back line; it's basically 4 center backs that can. Well, obviously Ake and Akanji could also be a full. They play fullback as well, and they're really good at it. But And then you look at that midfield, you got Rodri, bro, De Bruyne, Gundogan. I know Bernardo Silva isn't the biggest, but then you look at their number 9, Erling Haaland, who's literally the machine. So like it's a different Pep team, and Pep still shows that he can work with any player, any team, any way he wants to play, he's gonna play. And honestly, bro, like I want to talk about KDB again, bro. KDB is something different, bro. Like the masterclass he showed this match, man. Dude, that first half had me mesmerized, bro. The way he
Him,
was the pass,
him and Holland kind of switched roles, but Holland was like creating for him in a little
yeah,
bit, holding up. De Bruyne
yeah.
running in behind Holland feeding him
Mhm.
through balls, bro. Like the fact that they could just have the versatility, just swap like that, and still score goals. Like both of them have the capability to do anything, bro.
Mhm.
It's scary, bro, and they have a real chance. Obviously, they're pretty much. I mean, in the final of the FA Cup, in the semifinal of the Champions League. Now we'll see what happens with that, and then of course they're in the driver's seat now for the Prem. Obviously, like I said in the episodes of the past, it's in their hands now. So, I mean,
Yep.
at the end of the day, it's looking good for them. You know what I'm saying? As long as I know Pep said a few days ago, or maybe it was yesterday or the day before, he was like, I know everyone keeps saying that it's over, but it's not over. There's still some matches left. Pep's, Pep's always going to try to say some
Yeah.
philosophical thing like that, but we know, like, granted any major upsets, because Arsenal still have some difficult fixtures left after this. We have to bear that in mind. They only
Yeah.
have. Oh, I mean, Chelsea. I don't know about that being a difficult fixture, but they also have Newcastle. I think still away from home. Which, I mean, the form that Arsenal have been in the past
Yeah.
few matches, it doesn't necessarily strike me as like a guaranteed anything. They could lose that match. They could lose it badly if they continue
Mhm.
this form. And then amongst those, a couple other tricky fixtures that could give them some trouble. But yeah, City literally, I don't see City losing at all. They have Leeds at home, West Ham at home, Fulham away tomorrow. Like
Mhm.
I don't see City. They have Chelsea at home. I don't see them losing. Okay, Brighton away is the only one that's like somewhat questionable, but like that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
But like even we've seen like midweek Brighton lost to Nottingham Forest, so
Yeah,
like
they did.
dude, the City team was unstoppable. There's no team in the world that could beat them. They're the best team in the world at this point. At this point, you can guarantee them a treble. You can guarantee them the Champions League. They can guarantee them the FA Cup. United isn't stopping them, bro. It's over, bro. Like give all the trophies to Pep already, man. And
And that would we're gonna be having a different conversation about Pep if he's able to secure this treble, man. Because hey, man, two trebles as a manager. One of them came in his literal first season as a manager. This one comes after a long. Well, it was a long wait. It was a long time coming, but
mm,
people obviously are gonna do the whole. Oh, he spends money. He spends a lot of money, hundreds of millions, bro. I want you to look at some of the other teams in Europe and look at their spending habits and see how much success they're actually having, and then compare it to the success that Pep Guardiola has had at City since 2016. Like it's literally like you can say spending money all you want. Go look at United's payroll. Go look at Chelsea. Well, I mean Chelsea at least have won like a title since then, but not
mm,
to this caliber. Where it's literally every year you're winning the Premier League, you're competing for the Premier
mm,
League, and then on all other fronts you're competing as well. Capital One Cups or Carabao Cup, sorry, FA Cups and all that, and then now he's obviously in the latter stages of the Champions League. It's a very impressive feat, man.
mm.
That's for whatever reason watered down by the footballing community, which really annoys me as a big Pep fan. But anyways, besides from all that, let's get back to the game real quick because I want to
Mm.
talk about on the Arsenal side of thing the lack of like anything that I saw from their front three.
Anything.
Bro, Martinelli and Saka were invisible in the first half, bro. The second half, like I think there was maybe one or two chances that they had, but they were literally getting no service because Odegaard had a horrible match as well, by the way. And
Terrible.
and Odegaard's kind of starting to worry me with his form in some of these games, like these big games where the lights are on the brightest. We saw what he did in that Liverpool game after they went up 2-0. Everything looked good. In the second half, he was disastrous. We saw what happened away against United. And then away this game, the only game away from home that Odegaard like performed decently in was the Tottenham game, if I recall correctly, and that's really worrying because that's really one of the engines of this team. Like if he doesn't click, that midfield has no creativity whatsoever. Because then next to him we got Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka, who like I mean I like them, but recent form
Mm-hmm.
Partey just hasn't been good, and Xhaka isn't that type of player to be creating to the extent that you would expect from Odegaard. So I
Yeah.
mean, this form is just a little bit worrying from him, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about form, bro. Like before Gabriel Jesus came back, bro, Leandro Trossard was in the form of his life, and Jesus comes back, and it's almost like, bro, you're getting paid the big bucks. You've done it before. You're just gonna play, no matter what form Trossard's in. You're gonna play.
Right.
And dude, I think he messed up because when Trossard came on, he looked good, bro, and he actually
Trossard should
assisted
have
the goal as
started.
well. He should
He
have
should have
started, bro.
started, man. I'm
The
telling
fact
you, I
that
told you.
Yeah, you said it, man. Like the fact that Arteta, like even in the midfield, bro, already said this, but Jorginho should have started, bro. Like I
Right.
know he isn't the best player, but bro, he's been in the biggest stages. He's won the Champions League, and he knows how to control games, bro. He knows how to slow it down. It would have really helped this game the way Man City was just absolutely blitzing them. But like I want to talk about another tremendous feat. I saw a stat where since 2000, so basically in the last 23 years, it's like a stat where a team, it's like the percentage of the season that team has been number one and like they haven't won the league. And the top three teams are literally Arsenal, bro. This season,
So yeah,
they're they're literally they're at the top for I think 93% of the season. They're not going to win the league.
bro, that is
The
insane,
second
bro.
one was I think it was either 02. I
It's
forgot what
probably
year
yeah,
it
it's probably
was.
'02. It was
Yeah,
that was when Arsenal were top at Christmas, I think,
I think
and
so.
literally Manchester United hawked them down like
Yeah,
hawked
yeah,
them,
yeah.
bro.
Well, I think that might
Like
have been a different one because
embarrassingly.
number two was 70% the season, so it's probably past
Mhm.
Christmas. And then number
Yeah,
three, I think was probably '08. I think it was '08, and they were up for 50% of the season. So like, bro, bottlers, bro,
Arsenal
bottle
gonna
FC,
Arsenal, man.
bro,
Arsenal gonna
bottle
Arsenal.
FC, man.
But you know, man,
93% is crazy though. Like, think about
everything
that.
ain't all bad though. They even despite the loss, they still qualified for the Champions League. You know what I mean? Confirmed.
I mean,
Just trying to make it, just trying to
yeah.
line it up for the Arsenal fans out there. But yeah, you mentioned it, man. Gabriel Jesus, bro, he just isn't contributing enough, and I'm not seeing enough from him. I don't see why Trossard isn't starting, bro. And like I keep saying it, and I mean, I assume Arteta's gonna experiment a little bit more, especially with at the back. This is another thing I wanted to talk about, bro, because Rob Holding starting this match is just like literally insane to me, bro. And I understand that they have injuries, but like say you accommodate to what you have, right? Kieran Tierney's on the bench. He didn't even play this match, but Kieran Tierney
Mhm,
is capable of playing center back, especially in a three at the back system. That's what he does in the Scotland setup, right?
mhm,
He plays, I believe he plays left center back for Scotland, and he plays it really well. But obviously they go with a five at the back setup. Arteta has deployed that same setup multiple times in the past, and I feel like in a game like this, you just gotta take those chances
mhm.
because you need your best players on the pitch. You need your best quality on the pitch at all times. And Rob Holding just ain't
Yeah,
that, bro. We've seen it, bro. And bro ends up scoring at the end of the match, trying to get the team back in it, bro. You would have
mhm.
already done the damage, bro.
Good
And
finish though.
the damage is it was great finish, but the damage is already done, my brother. You wasn't helping out nothing, bro. Doing
Yeah,
scored that goal because he
yeah.
was literally out there looking like a headless chicken during this match, bro. And Tierney playing at center back, I would have taken my chances with that over Rob Holding even touching the pitch for longer than like 15 minutes in this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do remember Rob Holding in the first half having a pretty brilliant tackle, recovery tackle. It was almost like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you know, the scoop tackle he does when he recovers. Like it
Mm,
was almost that type, but outside of that, bro, it wasn't pretty much like he was getting work,
he
bro.
was getting cooked, bro. Was
He's
it
the
him
one. I'm
that
pretty
Holland
sure.
cooked? That
Yeah,
remember when Holland
he
had
was the
that
one.
chance?
Yeah, it was, dude. Wait, are you talking about the one where he drove in between?
Vixed him, bro. It vixed him differently.
No, that was bad, bro. And then he
First,
was also the culprit for the first goal, the way Erling Haaland bodied him and then turned around
bodied
and
is
played the ball,
bro.
bro. He got bodied,
He
bro.
just ain't good enough. Like Rob Holding's cool. Like if you want to bring, I don't know if I think I might have said this last episode, but oh no, I didn't. If you want to like, you know, bring him on in the early stages or maybe even the middle to latter stages of the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, Rob Holding's cool for something like that. But starting him in a title showdown against Manchester City, he was begging. He was begging for this, Arteta. I ain't gonna lie. Like that was a mistake, bro. Because he sold differently. But yeah, man. Odegaard, already mentioned Odegaard was poor this match, man. Got to get better, especially in these big games. But other than that, man, unless there's any last thoughts of, damn, we spent a lot of time on it. We spent like 20 minutes on this, I think, on this game.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
unless
deservedly
there's any,
so, man.
it was a big game. Any last thoughts on this one? We can move on to the next match, man.
I just had to see freaking City win again. Bottle FC couldn't 93% of the season though. Like, come on, bro.
93%.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you guys they could have did so much better than those 3 weeks where
Oh,
the Liverpool, the Southampton game, and the it was
West
West
Ham.
Ham and Southampton,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, Southampton. They could have didn't. Oh, I guess Liverpool, like that's a big game at Anfield. Okay, you draw, you get a draw. That's cool. I mean,
They was
it's
up. They
Anfield.
was up 2-0 though. That's what makes it. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah, but
hurts it.
like,
Just like
I think as soon as the crowd got involved, bro, you know how Anfield is. I feel like they could have won the game, but to get a draw, that's cool, whatever. Dude, Southampton and West Ham, bro, come on, bro.
yeah,
At
that
that point,
was
let's
that
say
was a
you
bad.
win both of those games. You get 6 points out of 3 weeks, or no, you get 7 points out of 3 weeks. At that point, you lose against City. It's all good, bro.
It's all
You're
good.
still
Literally,
good. You're
they
still
hold
good.
themselves, bro. They hold themselves,
They
man.
had nobody else to blame, bro. I get it, injuries,
Literally,
but man, they could have played better. Arteta could have been better. The starting lineup could have been better. And I remember everybody in the season. I was like champions of life, Arsenal. Man, I take that
no
back,
cap.
bro. Like
I remember an episode we did like way, or this might have been like the second episode of the Ball Boys. We were talking about Arsenal, and I was like, "Hey, man, you might as well hand Arsenal the title now." That's literally what I said verbatim, bro.
that's what I
And
said
then
too.
and then I was like, "Wait, actually, can we say that?" And now look, bro, collapsed, crazy, man. And it's sad, bro. But shout out to Manchester City as always. Of course, you know they're always gonna be up there. Not unfortunately. I like City. Well, maybe because of Pep, but it is getting tired to see the dominance. You know what I mean? But now we
Yeah,
can move on to some not so dominant teams. You know what I mean? Chelsea losing again at home against Brentford. 5 matches for Lampard, 5 losses, man. And this one was crazy because I was watching this game so confused. This game was happening at the same time as the City and Liverpool game that we'll talk about later. The City game was like 15 minutes ahead, so
after.
like or like after, like yeah, so like I guess the Chelsea game would have kicked off at like 3 maybe, and then the City game kicked off at like 3:15. So that 15-minute period I was watching, bro, and it was apparent, it was clear. This guy Lampard has absolutely no idea what he's doing, bro. And I feel bad for bro because this is a permanent stain on his CV. I don't see him ever, like, as soon as this stint with Chelsea's done for Lampard, maybe at the most he'll have one job. Other than that, if he fails on that job, bro, I don't see him ever, man. He's gonna go to punditry, bro. He's gonna be sitting up there with Jamie Carragher and Micah Richards commentating on UEFA Champions League matches midweek, bro. Because the management, it's poor, bro. There was literally no game plan in this game, bro. I was watching it, bro, and I a continuous theme that I kept seeing was Sterling running back to defend, and then Ben Chilwell and Cesar Spilicueta were in the box attacking, and I was like, bro, what is going on? Like they've swapped the entire like defenders playing up top, uh wingers and attackers playing back, bro. I don't know what they were just running around, bro, for no reason. and it shows why Chelsea are in the position that they're in right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, yeah, like be honest with you, like you said, it was happening. It was the City game, and the Liverpool game. So I only have two screens. So I couldn't watch the game, but
Mm.
I mean, you know what happens when I watch a Chelsea game. It's like the 3 times is I already fell asleep 3 times watching these dudes, bro. I don't know what else could have happened. Me watching
Bro,
Chelsea, bro. Like these dudes are garbage, bro. Like
dude,
Reece James saw the resurgence of Trent and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He was like, "Yeah, let me just take a break for the season, bro. Let me just sit this one out, bro." And
no cap.
he's out. He's gone for the season, but like he would have made a difference. Frank Lampard is absolutely atrocious, bro. You could hire a fifth grader and you could probably expect him to do better than Frank Lampard, bro.
The fact he hasn't
I,
been sacked yet, or like, not even sacked. Like if I was Lampard, bro, if I had half a bit of like self respect, I think I would have resigned
resign.
from this job. I would have just quit, bro. Because this is crazy. Like this is like at this point, like it's hurting him being manager. It's doing more bad than it's doing good, and that's like the point where you literally have to cut your losses and just take a step back, man, because it's not going to get no better. It's just going to get worse before it gets better at this rate. You know what I
Nah,
mean?
bro. Like I can't imagine him trying to hype up his players, like trying to talk any positive way into this dude. Like imagine Frank Lampard's halftime speeches, bro. Like I guess
I
the
don't think
only thing
he,
I can correlate. I guess the only thing I can correlate to that is like
bro.
if one of us was to play like 2K or FIFA and we just keep losing. You know how the vibe is in the party, bro. Nobody
It's
talking to each
bad.
other,
It's
bro.
down.
It's
It's
bad.
down.
Bro, that's how Chelsea are right now, bro. Nobody's talking to each other, and as soon as somebody messes up, they're on their ass, bro. They're yelling at them, cursing at them, like the whole vibe of Chelsea's. I don't know how Thiago Silva's doing over there, bro.
Also, I highly doubt that if Frank Lampard is saying anything at halftime, he might just be walking in that hole and just saying, "Okay, just go back out," and then just walk out that hole. Like, or maybe he like maybe the assistant is taking over his team talks. I highly doubt that he's the one giving them team talks, bro. The way that this is looking, because this is like it's almost as if Chelsea are playing with no manager. Because there's literally no game plan. They might as well have no manager. You know what I mean? But yeah, but Brentford were good though. Like on the break, that Mbumo goal, he bro, like the counter just destroyed Chelsea. But I mean, Chelsea, to be fair, like on that counter attack where they were literally jogging back, like it was as if I think they just know that they have nothing to play for. Saw Mbumo running at them and they was like, all right, we're just gonna jog back. You know what I mean? And not give a damn. Like, cause oh my goodness, the way that they cooked them was just so crazy, man. And I just want to talk about the game. Like, this is how I know that Chelsea have no game plan, right? So Chelsea have, and most of these are, well, pretty much all of these are new signings. Chelsea have João Felix, Mikhailo Mudryk, Noni Madueke, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and more, including Christian Pulisic. None of them started this match. And Frank Lampard decided to start like 5 midfielders, bro. Like it
That
was
starting lineup was
like
atrocious.
what is he doing? Like actually, like I don't get it. And then in the second half, I think it was Aubameyang and Mudryk ended up coming on, and immediately Chelsea looked better. Like it was that simple. You need some pace. Mudryk comes on, and Aubameyang, who barely has featured for Chelsea at all this season, came on, had a few chances, and that was when Chelsea looked the most dangerous. You know what I mean? Um, so I don't know what Lampard's thought process was going with like a whole 11 of midfielders from just messing around and bro, really like I don't know, bro. I just don't know. I don't know.
Dude, like if somehow like if they keep dropping points and like you said, especially the Arsenal game coming up, and like some of these relegation teams, they keep getting wins, bro. You're gonna see Chelsea
We
fall
can't
and
we
fall
can't do
and
that.
fall.
No,
They're not
we
gonna get
can't do
relegated.
that.
I
We
know,
can't
no,
do
they're not
that.
gonna
We
get
can't do that.
relegated, but I'm saying like they're gonna fall and
I've
fall
seen
and
I've
fall,
seen some
bro.
Chelsea fans panicking, bro. Because Chelsea have some really difficult fixtures. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even trying to be funny. Chelsea legitimately could lose every single game they have left on their schedule, except
That's
for
yeah.
possibly Nottingham Forest they have at home, I believe. But they have Arsenal away next, Bournemouth away, which could be a tricky fixture. Then Forest at home, City away. You're losing that game 4-5-0 probably. United away, you're probably losing that good 3-0, 2-0. You have Newcastle at home, probably losing that 1-0, 2-0. And that's the final game, bro. That's probably how many games is that? 6? That's probably 5 losses right there, bro.
That's 4 out of the 6. The four games out of 6 where those 4 teams are in the top 6 right now. Or they're in the top 4 actually.
Top 4.
Yeah.
Arsenal, United, City, and Newcastle.
Dude, like they're gonna slip, bro.
It's not a relegation thing, though. Not a relegation.
No. I didn't say that. They're gonna slip.
But they could finish like 16th or like 17th if results permit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like you said, was it Bournemouth or Southampton? You said Nottingham Forest. What was the other team? Southampton.
Bournemouth. They played Bournemouth at the Vitality.
Dude, like, this past midweek, like Nottingham Forest beat Brighton. So like, bro, those teams are gonna be fired up. Those are gonna be easy games. They're fighting relegation, bro.
That's what
they're
saying.
Gonna be fired up.
They need those points. Like those teams need points, bro. Like they're gonna be.
And Chelsea aren't scary, bro. They're not scary, and they're not fired up at all either, bro. They don't care.
That's gonna fire those players up even more, knowing that they're playing against Chelsea and everyone's season. We want to beat them too. You know what I mean? So they're gonna be extra fired up. Like I don't know. I don't want to say like I've really seen Chelsea fans on. I always say that I always go on Twitter and Reddit to just read the chaos and stuff like that. It's really Chelsea fans out there that think that relegation is a true possibility, bro. And I'm like sitting here like, bro.
Now, like you said, they'll be like right above the relegation zone, but like for them to get and for them to get relegated, bro, you know how a lot has to happen, bro.
A lot has to happen. The main thing that would be concerning is the fact that 2 of those games are against like relegation threatened teams. So if they both win, like they'll overtake Chelsea, and then Chelsea will fall down to like where you see like a Bournemouth in 14th or Nottingham Forest are 9 points behind Chelsea, so I doubt that it's that bad. And Chelsea also have 2 games in hand on Nottingham Forest, but anything's possible, man. You know what I mean? We know this is the Premier League. We've just seen 40 different combinations of teams in that bottom 3 relegation zone. Like it's literally changing every single day. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe I'm predict Chelsea will finish like 15th this season. I ain't gonna lie. I think.
Dude, you could easily see them go down there. West Ham are in decent form. We'll get to the game they played. Wolves got absolutely blown out, but they're still in 13, so they're chilling. Crystal Palace have been pretty good recently. They've been pretty decent.
They've been really good with Roy Hodgson's been really good. Mm-hmm. They're playing football too, like real football.
Yeah, Bournemouth aren't looking too bad. 3 out of the 5.
But yeah, man, let's talk about Chelsea a little bit more, man. Last thing I want to say about Chelsea, bro, because literally, I think I mentioned Mudryk and Alba came on, and then Chelsea showed some positive signs, couldn't score, and then Brentford scored their second on the counterattack. That is a common theme with Chelsea that is so like funny. From the Real Madrid game was the same way. The second leg at Stamford Bridge, where like Chelsea come out in the second half and they're looking decent, can't take none of their opportunities. The first opportunity that the opposition takes, they score from, bro. And it's like, how much of this can you take if you're a Chelsea fan, bro? Chelsea still like sell out Stamford Bridge every match, bro. Like, what? Why are people still paying money?
Chelsea's like the rich part of England, bro.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
they got money over there, bro.
Upper class, you know.
Yeah, but I couldn't come to Stamford Bridge. Like, imagine being a season ticket holder, bro. Like at that point, like profit off of that, bro. Like you better go sell that to somebody.
It's been games this season where the fans are turning around at the executive box and Todd Bowley sitting there and they cursing Todd Bowley out. Bro's like, hey, man, I just got here, bro. Don't blame Todd Bowley's a prick, man. But yeah, that can wrap up the Chelsea talk, man. We talked about them for too long anyways. They ain't that good to be talked about like that, bro. Shout out to Brentford. Ivan Toney, I think he just hit 20 league goals today against Nottingham, I think they played. So hey, man, he's up there when it comes to that, you know.
For sure.
If we're talking about best strikers in the Premier League, you better put Ivan Toney's name in that.
For sure.
But yeah, we can move on from that game to Liverpool playing against West Ham at the London Stadium, getting a win. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
a very narrow win. So Naeem, I'm gonna pass it to
Yeah.
you as the house Liverpool fan. Go ahead and do your thing.
I mean, yeah, like you said, narrow win. The defending is still a problem, but the attack and the midfield are looking a lot better. The midfield is looking a lot better, as in like attacking wise. Like the midfield, obviously, it's only one person. It's only Trent, bro. Another standout performance. I mean, I can keep going on every week about this dude, bro. The midfield, bro. He's easily the second best creator in the Premier League behind Kevin De Bruyne, and bro, you see it, bro. This man picks out every pass possible, and I don't want to. I don't want to talk about him too much because he's the obvious one. The one I want to shine some light on is Cody Gakpo, bro. When he first joined the team, everyone was like, "Is this a Klopp player? Is this a Klopp striker?" I know, like physically, he doesn't look the best, bro. But dude, he's so technically gifted, bro. The spaces he collect, bro, as the false nine, bro, learning behind Bobby Firmino, the spaces he runs into and the spaces he uh this which one call it? The spaces he holds, bro, is unbelievable, bro. Like whenever we can't create in the midfield, bro, Cody Gakpo is always there. He turns around. I know dribbling wise, like him on the ball is still a little iffy, but there's some times where he just skips past defenders and his final ball is still a little iffy, but I feel like those could develop, bro. But he has some really nice qualities for a false nine, and he's been doing pretty well. And then Mo
Mhm.
Salah, obviously running in behind, he's dragging a lot of attention. Jota's been looking lively on the left because surprisingly Nunez has been on the bench. Diaz just came back, so he's not going to get a lot of playing time. But we start off conceding like again for like the third or fourth game in a row. We start off like dominating possession, but again it's left, right, left, right. We can't break
Right.
the defense down, and then they get one counterattack. Lucas Paqueta, who scored in like 4 games in a row, he's finally picking up form. Him with a 1-2 with Mikel Antonio. I don't know how we allowed that to happen. It was a good finish, but I don't even know how we allowed it to get to that point. But it was a good finish nonetheless. And then Cody Gakpo, bro, we can't uh we can't break their defense down, but Cody Gakpo takes a shot outside the box and beautiful finish, bounces right in front of the keeper, right in front of Fabianski, and goes in off the post. So that makes it 1-1. And then second half again, we are the better team in the second half, especially. But then West Ham had some counterattack chances, especially at Jaron Bowen one where he shot it around Van Dijk. Van Dijk, that was I know it was offsides, but bro, come on, bro, it was not good defending, bro. I don't know.
Bro,
I don't know what to
dog.
say,
I was
man.
looking, bro. I think I reacted to it in the group chat, but like Van Dyke's like refusal to actually stand players up 1v1 and go in for a
Mm-hmm.
challenge, like his reluctance to do that is like so worrying, bro. The amount he'll do that type of stuff where he'll just back off and try to,
Mm-hmm.
when they said that he
Mm-hmm.
defends with his aura, the whole meme around
Yeah.
Van Dyke. I don't know, like he's literally feeding into that John Wayne is defending like this. He's done that so many times this season, and it's getting crazy now. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I've been a strong supporter of Van Dyke, over the season, like or over the past
Yeah.
couple of seasons. So he's been getting a lot of slack, and I still think that he is a world class defender. But bro, like doing things like that is gonna make me, bro,
Yeah, like,
make me change my
but
mind.
the one thing for me is like I feel like those things are more mental than physical. They might because I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's just something up with him mentally. So like I wouldn't be surprised if he improves again next year because he hasn't been like terrible this year, but he hasn't been the Van Dyke that we know of. But
Yeah,
like I feel like give him the off season and then we'll see how he is next year. But if he continues this, uh, like before the January transfer window next year, bro, I don't want to. I just don't get rid of him. I'm saying like we might have to bring in somebody else, like to learn underneath him, so eventually we
mhm.
can replace him pretty soon because he's obviously aging as well. So, but
Maybe it might be time for like a maybe he'd want to change it. Is he on a? Do you know if his did he like recently sign a contract extension? Do you know like
I
when
don't
his
know
contract
about his.
expires?
I don't know about his contract. Let me check.
Okay, but yeah, but like I don't know. He has been there for a long time. Maybe change the scenery. I feel like if he went somewhere else, he would like regain his form. Because it
Mm-hmm.
might just be like maybe things have gone a little bit stale
Mm-hmm.
over the course of the seasons, things like that. But And obviously he's been unfortunate with injuries over the past couple of seasons, and that might have taken a little bit away from his confidence and things like that. But yeah, like it's some games where I'm watching Van Dyke and I'm like, bro, why are you like doing some of the things that you're doing?
Yeah,
Like it's not like him. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Now I was about to say, he signed a contract extension in 2021, so he's under contract until 2025.
2025. Okay, and
So we
how
still have
old
him
will
for the
he
next
be?
2 years. He'll be like 33, 34 by then.
Mm, I don't know if he'll
Yeah,
have enough time to go to like a top tier team and make an impact at that age. I feel like Bayern Munich or something would have him at that age and be like, yeah, come on down,
yeah,
like a Juventus or something. But yeah,
yeah.
man, Liverpool, like you said, I thought they were, but to talk about West Ham a little bit because I thought they were really unlucky in this match at certain points. At
Hmm.
certain points in this game, they were playing some really good football. Like they were moving the ball around, and to me, that they were playing some of the best football that they had played like since the beginning of the season. And that, I think it was the first half, but unfortunately, they just weren't able to take their chances. Where they had so many chances to score and couldn't get the ball into the back of the net. Um, but it goes to show Liverpool. I don't know, man. Alice, what are we saying about Allison? Top one in the world, top two.
I think it's the best goal in the world. What? Obviously, maybe if you're saying off of form, it might be Mike Mignon, but dude, I think Ali is the best goal in the world. Like, what do you what do you blame on Ali? Like, what are you trying to say about him?
Oh no, I'm saying that he's the reason why. I mean, Liverpool defended well this game too, but I feel like he
Hmm.
came in, made some good saves. Although
Oh
most of
yeah,
West Ham chances were like non threatening to the keeper, but he was able to um, you know, he not have lose this game, which would have been a very
mm.
bad result.
Dude. Story of the season, bro. You should have seen this earlier in the year, bro. This man Ali was literally saving us from relegation.
I
We
saw,
could have been relegation
I
earlier in the
saw it
year.
because I saw it. You know what I mean? But yeah, to talk about some of the events of the match a little bit. I think you mentioned that Luis Diaz came on. And
Hmm.
I thought came on and showed a little bit of
Oof.
urgency. He looked pretty good, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Considering the fact how big his injury was, and Thiago also came on. He was, I
Mm.
don't know, man. He was giving the ball away a couple of
I bet I
times.
said that. I said that last episode, bro. Like Thiago came
Oh,
on,
did
he's
you?
been giving the ball away, bro. He's
He's
been
been
giving the
looking
ball
like
away.
he's been looking lackadaisical on the ball a little bit recently.
Hmm.
But yeah, and with this win, I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans talking about the away kick curse, the white kick curse. They always
Oh
lose in that
yeah,
kick. Y'all
that's our
finally
first
broke the
win.
curse, man.
Yeah.
Finally broke the curse. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Liverpool. But I still thought that Curtis Jones in this game, Jordan
Yeah.
Henderson and Fabinho, I think that midfield they need to step it up a little bit, man. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
But Curtis
Curtis
Jones
Jones
has
is
had
solid.
yeah, Curtis
Yeah.
Jones has had some good performances though. So but Fabinho, I'll mainly focus on Fabinho and Henderson, bro. They've been poor, and
Dude, I
it's been
think what
looking.
Hendo is like Hendo could be. I feel like he still has some. He's not as bad as Fabinho this season. Like Hendo's has some decent games where I see him like his press is still there a little bit. So I wouldn't mind Hendo coming off the bench next year. Obviously, I don't want Hendo starting week in and week out next year. But like him coming off the bench being a squad player, like it's not bad. But Fabinho, bro, sell him now. Now,
Yeah,
sell him now, bro. This instant.
he needs replacing, man. It's been
Biggest drop
bad,
off,
bro.
bro.
It's been bad, man. But anyways, man, shout out to Liverpool and also Brighton. I think you mentioned it earlier. Brighton did lose. Well, I mean they lost. They won today 6-0, obviously, but midweek they
Mhm.
dropped points to Nottingham. So Liverpool edged just that little bit closer to Europe, to European spots.
Yeah, I
Right now they're
mean, for
seventh.
me, yeah, we got a game in hand on Tottenham, which we actually play Tottenham tomorrow, so that's a big game for us. If we can beat them, if we can beat them, we'll be at 53, tied with Tottenham, and we'll still have a game in hand on them. So, and Aston Villa will have a game or two in hand against them. So, we can definitely fight for that fifth spot. But I mean, for me, it's top four or bust, and top four is not looking like it's gonna happen. So, I mean, Europa League. I guess it's nice to see my team play more games, but I mean, I
Y'all
don't
gonna be
care about
playing
the
the
Europa
kids.
League.
Yo, we gonna see some Bijetics minutes in those games,
Yeah,
man.
but I
You
don't. I
know,
don't
and
really care about Europa League. I'm not like the other fans out here, man. That big up Europa
bro.
League.
Oh. Anyways, yep, that wraps up the Liverpool versus West Ham talk, and we can talk about another team chasing European spots, Manchester United. Well, another pair of teams chasing European spots, Manchester United took on Tottenham at. Oh man, bro, this game now this is a real this is a close race,
Dude,
bro.
this is a mid off.
Dude. First of all, I couldn't catch this full game because I was at work. But me looking
Mm-hmm.
down at the updates on my phone, seeing United went up 2-0. I wasn't surprised that United went up 2-0. I was completely expecting United to like destroy Tottenham this match, especially considering the form that Tottenham have been in the past few
Mm-hmm.
weeks, and the fact that this game I saw Tottenham put up the biggest fight that they have this entire season, man. Ryan Mason might be cooking something, bro. And he got them
Mm-hmm.
boys to really buy in that second half, and they were able to come back and really mounted all types of pressure on Manchester United to get a result out of this match. You know,
Yeah, I mean, it might have been Tottenham new manager bounce for like the third time this season, second time this
bro,
season,
third
but
time, bro.
but yeah, as you said, Man United should have dominated, which they did in that first half. To be fair,
Yeah,
I think first half was 2-0, and Sancho scored. He came up big. I guess once every year, Sancho does that. He should
mm,
definitely leave. Sancho doesn't impress me. Technically, he's good, but I don't know. He just doesn't fit the way Ten Hag plays football over there. But he scored, and Rashford also scored a great finish. But Tottenham were lucky not to be down 3 or 4 by the end of the first half because they got absolutely dominated. But then on the flip side, with Man United recently, bro, like ever since that Carabao Cup, I don't know, man. That second half, bro, before the Carabao Cup, that like first 75% of the season, United were really good in that second half. It was like they start off slow. That second half,
Oh,
they
okay.
pick it
Oh, okay.
up.
I thought you were just saying like the second half, like as in the second half of like the season.
Oh no, I meant like ever since like 75, like the last 25% of the season. Like for the most
Okay,
part of the
okay.
season, they were pretty good in the second half. But I feel like ever since that Carabao Cup, bro, they just I don't know if it got to their head or what, bro.
You might
But dude,
if that trophy got to their heads, that is sad, bro.
that's what it's looking like, bro. Like the way they were celebrating was crazy. I mean that's not crazy, but I guess you
Yeah,
celebrate trophies.
let's
That's
not
cool.
let's not take away from their accomplishments. You
Yeah,
know, let's
yeah,
not.
yeah. It's still a Carabao
They had
Cup, but
a
like man, dude, ever since that game, like their second half performance have been terrible. They come out looking good in that second half. They're just like, yeah, we're chilling, bro. Like we're up now. We just gotta chill out, man. We don't gotta attack or nothing. We're just gonna play this game out, bro. And they keep getting hit. They're getting hit every second half, bro. They're getting hit
mhm.
up, bro. Sevilla went crazy.
Sevilla
Tottenham
cooked them
went
in the
crazy.
first half,
Oh
second
yeah,
half, but the whole game it was
all
crazy.
around,
Yeah.
bro, all around. But
That was just
dude,
like yeah. Some of these performances are just like and I don't even I'm not a United hater, bro. And it sounds like every time I bring this up, but like every week they prove like what I'm saying. Like
mhm.
I just this so, like United have had a great season. I'm not trying to take away and people will get mad at me because we know so many United fans, but like I'm not trying to take away from United's season. They've had a great season, but all I have been saying this entire season about United, like they've looked good in stretches, yes. They've looked bad in stretches is like are is this position that they're in right now and all this that they've done this season like is it the most convincing thing that you've ever seen from a team that is supposed to be like you know up there with the cities and the Arsenals and whatnot challenging for the league like I'm hearing things like Man United next season should be challenging for the title. Nothing
Mhm.
this season really has convinced me that United will be able to be in that race, bro. And I hope they prove me wrong because,
Mhm.
like I said, I think I said it last episode or maybe the episode before that. And the more teams in the title race, the merrier, man. It just makes me as a neutral. I don't support no teams in the
Yeah.
Premier League. It just makes it better to watch, especially if next season Liverpool are back, Chelsea are back, and Tottenham are actually like better. And then we added Newcastle to the mix,
Oh
bro. I
yeah,
mean,
for sure.
if there's a real title race next season, I'm all for that. But I just don't know if United got what it takes right now because, first of all, some of the results that they've had over the course of this season are very worrying. Some of the stats that I've seen that United have like accumulated over the course of the season are crazy. I think I saw a stat that after that Tottenham match, United have literally won 0 games away from home against teams in the top 8, or sorry, the top 9 of the table. So that's Brentford, Brighton. Brighton are the only team they haven't played away from home yet, out of the top 9. But Brentford, um, Liverpool, Villa, Tottenham, Newcastle, City, and Arsenal. United have not won a single game against those teams. Not even, I think they've drawn one, and it was that Tottenham game. Other than that, they've lost all games away from home against those teams in the top 9 of the Premier League this season, bro. Like, that is just not a stat that strikes me as a title contending team, bro, like for next season. And I mean, they can get whatever reinforcements, and then I guess my opinion would change depending on who they bring in. Obviously, they need a
Mhm.
striker. If they can bring in Harry Kane, I think that would boost their squad. That would
For
definitely
sure.
push them into that trajectory to challenge for the title and stuff like that. But I just don't know, man, how many changes they're gonna make that can really push them into that echelon of the cities in particular. You know what I mean? To
Yeah,
push them 38 games to win the league. I
I
don't know,
mean,
man.
as long as Pep and Kevin De Bruyne are there, bro, the city's always gonna be the favorite every year. But I mean, we've seen prior years, especially this year, like you could beat City, but it's tough, bro. It's
Mhm.
tough. But it's not like City are invincible. They are beatable at times,
They
but
damn near
yeah, they
invincible.
damn near,
Only
bro. They
only
damn
one
near.
team, only one team has pushed them really to those levels. Oh, I mean, I guess Arsenal are doing it now, but like we saw
Yeah.
how Arsenal have collapsed. Like
Hmm.
it's been crazy. I mean, I guess you could say the same about Liverpool though, but Liverpool actually won one of those league titles. Is my point.
Hmm.
Is it really
Yeah.
realistic that any of these teams can push City like that to the absolute apex, man? United, I don't know about them. Maybe if Liverpool get those reinforcements next season, possibly. Same with Arsenal. They need to strengthen their squad, strengthen their depth a little bit. But like I said, the form from United in these big games away from home is just not what
Yeah. I mean,
it's supposed to be for a team that's
United fans are just getting carried away. Like, don't get me wrong, Ten Hag has done brilliant things this year, but bro, they were acting like Ten Hag was the second coming of Alex Ferguson, bro. They needed to calm down, bro, because they've seen like recently, bro, like the last 2 months, maybe 2.5, bro. Ten Hag showing them Ollie genes, the Ralph Ragnick genes, bro. He's showing like the past few managers they have. Like he's kind of like got similar traits. Like I don't know, man. Like his tactical management and his substitutions this like, last couple of months,
no.
bro. It's been bad. It's been
That's one
poor.
thing I was about to say. His subs have been random as hell for the past couple of
Yeah.
games. Like random, like some
Mhm.
things that, and even like his starting lineups as well. Like, I think he like him starting Luke Shaw at center back is something that like that legitimately works. Like it's been a good tool to
Yeah.
have.
Mhm.
Some of these games, I mean, I don't know what's really going on with Fred and things like that, but we've seen in the games in the past, like he just isn't starting at all anymore. And Martial as well, like he's had games like Martial's looked good when he has played this season.
Mhm.
And obviously he came on against Tottenham, but I don't know. I feel like some of the selections from Ten Hag have been questionable a little bit recently,
Mhm.
and I mean overall. But I mean, what's like, I don't want to like harp too much on Ten Hag right now because what Ten Hag has done for United this season has been
Oh, for sure.
stellar. You know what I mean? From where
Oh
he
yeah, for
took them
sure.
over from last season, where they even finished last season? What was it? Six?
Mhm.
Yeah, six. They finished sixth last season.
Yeah, they finished sixth.
And for him to take them over, take them to the Europa League, what was it, quarterfinal that they got eliminated by Sevilla, to the
Yeah.
FA Cup final that they're in now, Carabao Cup, they won that, Champions League. looking like it's pretty much wrapped up. Granted, any type of crazy upsets or anything like that, what he's done is nothing short of amazing. Like in a quick turnaround. This is his first season, bro. His first season as United manager, and the comparisons between him and Arteta,
Yeah.
we keep seeing. Shout out to Arteta. Like I'm not trying to take away anything from anyone, but it just Ten Hag did it in a shorter amount of time, man. You know what I mean? It's a little more
Yeah.
impressive, especially considering how tumultuous and crazy things were at United. Ten Hag brought it to the well, really Ragnick brought it to the light,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ten Hag took over and did his thing, and they're rolling now.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, the eventual goal is to obviously compete for a title, and obviously you got to beat City. But I think the biggest thing this summer is Ten Hag and his transfer market management, I guess you could say, the way he wants to build his team. Does he want to
mhm.
keep the style of play that they have, the counterattack, the fast pace, or does he want to completely change it up where he wants to compete? He wants to control possession and complete dominate the game, and that's going to be a whole another rebuild, obviously, because he doesn't have much players that can do that right now. So whether he
Did
wants to
he?
do that, or
Oh, go ahead.
so yeah. No, I was just saying, like, depending on which one he wants to do, I think if you want to compete with City, bro, like I don't know how much of counterattack football you can keep playing against City that's gonna win. I don't think counterattack football can win you the league, especially going against City. I think you got to find a way to rebuild your team and play like completely dominate the game, hold the ball, and slow City down. I feel like that probably works the best against City.
Mhm.
But I mean, if they just want to keep the way they have and keep building on the play style that they have, they could keep doing that as well.
Yeah, no. What I was gonna say was when you mentioned what's it called, like rebuilding the whole squad. I think Ragnick actually
Mhm.
said something similar, where he was like, "Yeah, this squad pretty much like you need to sell the whole squad and bring in
Yeah.
a whole new batch of people because it's literally that rotten." And with the tools that Ten Hag has been afforded, I mean, obviously he went out and got some major signings like Casemiro, and well, I mean, major like Anthony. I mean, Anthony's been picking up a little bit recently, but overall, he hasn't had the perfect season or anything like by any
Hmm.
stretch of imagination. But with the tools that Ten Hag has been afforded, bro, like I see a lot of promising signs because there's definitely areas in the pitch for Manchester United that you can single out and be like, okay, if they improve these positions, or did I say improve? If they improve these positions, like goalkeeper David De Gea and
Hmm.
get a new couple of defenders in, maybe a right back. If I mean, Wan-Bissaka's kind of had a resurgence, like you said
Hmm.
earlier, but maybe you want to just strengthen the depth a little bit because once you go deep into the United bench, it's just not the best that it could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with what he's been
Hopefully.
afforded, it's been great, and they're only going to get better. But
Mhm.
still, even with that being said, I'm not all the way convinced that they can challenge for the league just yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Like the one of the things that Ten Hag needs to figure out as well is he can't have that Klopp gene, whereas in like he gets too attached to his players because there has been rumors where he wants to re-sign David De Gea. Hopefully, he doesn't do that because honestly, dude, like you gotta let go some of these. You gotta let go of these players. These have been
Right.
the same players that you've been that other managers have been struggling with these past years, and we've been blaming on the managers. But sometimes you gotta blame the players too. Like Mark, don't get me wrong. Marcus Rashford is electrifying, but again, like I feel like it goes back to my point where I don't think you can build a team around him just because he doesn't offer you that much in 90 minutes. Obviously he gives you the goals here and there, but if you watch him not through 90 minutes, bro, it's like the counterattacks and the it's mostly the counterattacks, honestly.
I mean,
But
yeah, I see what you're saying. Like at times, Rashford can be
mhm,
like hard to watch, but
yeah.
like you said, like the moments of individual. Even in this game, he had a moment where he scored,
Hmm.
where he just picked the ball up, took on the defender, and slotted it past Forster in goal. So like he's capable of doing things like that, and I've seen him do that multiple times. I would never you know like say anything crazy like, oh, he shouldn't be, he's not like quality enough to play for like a title winning team or anything like that, like a Champions
Yeah.
League winning team. I think he can captain that side, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
like you
I
said,
feel like how we talk about like an NBA, like the second option. I feel like he can be a second option on a championship winning team. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if he could
Because
be the first.
if they sign Harry Kane, obviously the team would be
Yeah,
centered around him mainly.
yeah.
But yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. But man, we barely even talked about the game. We just analyzed
Yeah.
Manchester United's future
The game
situation,
was actually very eventful too, though.
right? But
So I mean, speaking, I guess we can talk about Tottenham. Ryan Mason had
yeah, I
a
was
pretty
gonna say.
good showing in that second half. They came out pretty strong. They
Mhm.
dominated Man United, honestly, in that second half. Man United looked absolutely terrible, like we said. But again, just like the first half, United are lucky that they didn't lose. They didn't lose 3-2 or 4-2 because Son had a chance he missed. So I
Yeah,
mean,
he
he did
did.
end up scoring one, and then the other one was scored by Pedro Porro, which was a great volley, by the way. That was amazing shot. I think that's like his second or third volley that he's already scored since he's been there. So shout out to him. But Son with a tap in at the back post, that was terrible defending. I don't know. I think it was Aaron Wan-Bissaka who just let him by, but that was brilliant pass by Harry Kane as well. But I think there was another header as well that there was an Eric Dyer header
Oh
clear
yeah,
on goal, and
literally wide
he
open header, bro.
oh my
Wide open
god,
header.
but like again that could have been a goal. Obviously, I already said the Sun missed, so it's like almost identical halves on both sides, but. Either it could have went either way. The second half was Tottenham's. The first half was United's, and I mean, just drew 2-2 down right down the middle.
We've seen that happen I think well, I mean you pretty much mentioned already that United in the second half, just the
Mm-hmm.
collapse. Like, yeah, we've seen a couple of times in United matches this season where it's like first half, well, like it's a tale of two halves basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um which once again you just don't want things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, like we talked about a lot. Shout out to Ryan Mason getting that result. You know, he was looking real passionate out there when I think it was
Yeah,
the Eric Dyer chance that you were talking about where it just missed the post just wide. And he like fell to his knees, bro. Like he
yeah,
wanted it that bad. Like he wanted to win this match. And
nice to
that's the type
see.
of emotion that you would never get from guys like Stellini. I mean, you might get it from Conte. Conte's just gonna
Conte.
jump up and down and just be a stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, Ryan Mason. I mean, it looks like he really cares. Obviously, he's been involved with Tottenham for a while now. I think he was forced to retire early, right? Because he had like a heart problem or something like that,
I
something
think
crazy,
so.
or it's like a brain problem or something. But yeah, shout out to Ryan Mason. You know what I mean? And if there's no last thoughts on that, we can wrap up another episode of the Ball Boys podcast. 2-man weaving. That's for now. Shout out to Momo FIFA HD as well. You know what I mean? Our
Yeah.
boy. Shout out to you if you watching, bro. If you a real one, I'm not gonna say that I said this. If mom is a real one, he's gonna text me and say thank you for the shout out. We're gonna see if he really is a Ball Boys fan when he's not on the show. You know what I mean? Because I
Okay.
watched that football video, man. I watched that NFL video.
For real?
Yeah, well, of course, I know
Okay.
knowledge, bro. I have football knowledge, bro. How
Okay.
many
Okay.
times are
Okay.
you finna
Okay.
doubt me,
Okay.
bro?
Okay. 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 My
I
fault.
know
My
about
fault.
Aaron Rodgers, bro. Come on, man.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what
I
I mean?
might have to. Hey, next NFL video, I might have to have Edwin on, bro.
Oh, I can talk about the Eagles draft day. You know what
Oh
I'm
my
saying?
god.
We
Don't even get
traded
me
up,
started, bro.
got them dogs on the team. You know what I mean? Got them dogs
Forgot.
on
I
the
totally
team.
forgot he was the Eagles fan. Totally forgot. I totally forgot
Oh,
that.
Eagles, Eagles,
Uh,
bro.
boy, you are
Stop.
the Georgia Glazers, boy. That's exactly who you are, bro. Glazing Georgia to the fullest, bro.
Anyways, as always, if you guys are still watching up until this point, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And like we always say on the channel, we out. Peace out.
Peace.